Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it's so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by now. Here's JP.
Oh, it's a football Friday, but I'm hot about hockey. I am hot about hockey. I'm still pissed off from the Lightning game last night. I woke up angry. Poor Tally. Took it out on the dog.
Poor puppy.
I would never. Did you see that call, Tally? Look at that. It's ridiculous. Even the dog was barking. Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. We got lots of football to talk about. The Buccaneers taking on the Saints. We have injury updates, very critical injury updates for that. And we will probably get some during the show. So we will have breaking news. We had a lot of breaking news during the show this week. So maybe we'll have some more today. Lots to get to. The Lightning got screwed last night in a big way by the NHL. This is one, and this is a play that is not just about hockey replay. We're going to go a little bit bigger picture here to what's wrong with replay across sports and how it's intersecting with gambling as well. Lots to talk about there. So we'll get to the Bucs Saints as well. More USF news on where they're going bowling. We'll talk some more college football. We have meaningless conference championship games this weekend. Yay, that's great for college. Boy, some of our institutions in sports are just so effed up right now. So we'll have that conversation. So jump on in. And if you saw the Lightning game last night,
we lost another great coaching great in college football because of the state of college football.
What did I miss?
Our K-State coach, Chris Kleiman retires because of the state of college football.
Yeah.
And by virtue of his retirement, Texas A&M loses our offensive coordinator who's taking his job.
Wow.
Great.
See, yeah, the ball. All these coaches switching teams at a critical time. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Oh, all right. We'll get into that too.
Yeah.
So jump on in, folks. You know where to comment. You can do that on Twitter at JP Peterson Show. You can do that on YouTube, FanStream Sports Tampa Bay. You can do that on Facebook, JP Peterson. Where else can you do that? We have a text line.
You can jump on Twitter or on Twitch. We're on Twitch, JP. You can jump on Kick. We're on
Twitch and Kick now, too.
Yeah.
Good God. It's everywhere. By the way, was after the game last night, walking home, ran into 4 great guys that work for Diageo Liquor. They dragged me into American Social to have a drink with them, I just had to do that. Great guys from Diageo, and we're all talking about, did you see the game, the call in Florida State? And I love going out and guys come up and say hello and listen to the show all the time. We really appreciate it. And anyway, I took a picture with those guys. I want to post that a little bit later on, but I just love, that's my favorite. When I hear people out there, that really love the show and they listen to it, watch it all the time. And it's very gratifying. And I can't say thanks enough to you folks and how we have grown tremendously, because I think what we're doing is important. I think we talk about a lot of things, Timmy, that you don't hear talked about the way we talk about them in mainstream sports coverage. And I don't say that to gloss what we're doing. I just think we're different, and it's important that independent media survives and thrives in this corporate media world that we live in, because there's too much homogenous bullshit out there that, especially from ESPN, agenda-driven narratives, and we, we're going to blow a lot of that up today. There's so much bullshit going on in sports right now, and I may just rip on this because it's so germane to what happened last night to the Lightning. We have completely destroyed the human factor of sports through replay. I firmly believe this on so many levels, because, and this is something I really complained about early on with replay, you can't truly celebrate a play now. You can't unabashedly celebrate a play. If a big play happens to a team you're rooting for in a game, Tim, what's your first emotion? If you score a big goal, big touchdown, blah, 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 is it, yeah, we score, or is there a flag?
Oh, no, I'm looking for a penalty.
Yeah.
Looking for a penalty every single time.
Every single time.
Yep.
And you don't even realize you're doing it.
Yep.
They have sucked the joy out of sports because of replay. Every time something happens, it's like the world we live in. Did it really happen? Is it true? I don't know. Is it AI? Could be. I don't know. Looks real. Might not be. And in sports, it is. It's just that. Looks like a goal. Might not be. Some nerd in Toronto, in another country, is just sitting there, eating his cheese curds and whey.
Poutine.
Yeah. And probably half snockered on 17 Molsons.
Labatt's.
Looked like a hand pass. Let's go back and check that. Let me get out my little nerdy mouse here, and let's go back. Oh, yeah, that hit his hand. Huh? But no, yeah, the other guy played it too. We could change this whole game. I have nothing else to do in my life but sit here and change the fortunes of 20,000 fans, actually millions of fans, hundreds of thousands that may have bet on this game. And not to mention the 20,000 fans, a lot of them are Pittsburgh, in the stands, watching this hockey game. We're out there watching Kucherov, Sidney Crosby, Malkin, Hagel. So we're watching elite players, Hall of Famers everywhere. It's a great hockey game. Lightning came out. They were fast. Tristan Wirfs standing on his head, making saves. The place is going nuts. They take a 3-0 lead, but here come the Lightning. They come back and tie the game in the third period. Now they're pushing. Now Pittsburgh scores with 2:43. Oh, what a great goal by Malcolm. What another great shot. Incredible game. Oh, my God, 6-on-5. Here come the Lightning. Look at this. Kucherov scores with less than a minute to go. We're tied. We're going overtime. Wait.
Flag on the play.
Wait. Not even a coach's challenge. We got some nerd in Toronto that's like, oh, let me see what we got here. Let's roll this back and slow it down to the millisecond. Oh, yep, that puck went around the boards and that hit his hand. It dropped to the ice. 2 Penguin players could have played it, but they didn't. They missed. Would nullify the whole thing. And then
you want to watch it?
Yeah, let's watch it. This is the play that we're talking about. All right, so slow it down. It's rimmed around the boards, and Hagel. Now watch this. He's not. It's a puck is shot right at you. There's the official staring right at it. He just got out of the way. And Hagel did what anyone would do when the puck is thrown at your face, is you protect yourself with your glove. He's not catching it and passing it. And those 2 Pens players can play the puck. Is he catching the puck in the spirit of the rule and sending it over to Gensel? No, he's defending himself. This is not in the spirit of the rule. And people are coming at me going, oh, no, if it hits the glove and it plays. That's not what the rule says. Let me be clear. Okay.
The key word in the rule is the word intentional.
Yes. Here was the explanation. The play on the ice was challenged under Rule 38, coach's challenge, which actually wasn't challenged by the coach. In all coach's challenge situations, the original call on the ice will be overturned if and only if a conclusive and irrefutable determination can be made on the basis of video evidence that the original call on the ice was clearly not correct. First of all, there was no call on the ice. There's no call.
Yeah.
So what are we by the spirit of the rule here, we shouldn't even be looking at this because there was no call on the ice. Now, I know there can be missed calls. This is something that they need to completely take out, by the way. If a review is not conclusive and or there is any doubt whatsoever as to whether the call on the ice was correct, the original call on the ice will be confirmed. The Situation Room determined that Brandon Hagel directed the puck to Jake Gensel with a hand pass. Absolutely, you cannot make that determination just on that basis. You cannot make that determination. You cannot imply intent by that. Absolutely no way. And there is intent in this rule. Note, and there's a note on this. In the final minute of play in the third period, at any point in overtime, hockey operations will initiate the review of any scenario that would otherwise be a coach's challenge. So that's how you can do that in the final minute. And this, by the way, didn't even happen in the final minute. The goal happened in the final minute. Yeah. So I could even, if I'm arguing the case here, I could say that didn't happen in the final minute, so you can't even look at it.
Right. It
happened outside the final minute. If we're going by the letter of the law, which there's a lot of people on here who was like, well, if it doesn't matter intent, yes, it does. It does matter intent. You're wrong, according to the rule. If you're protecting yourself or the ball or the puck hits you, it's not automatically a hand pass. That's not how this works.
It has to be intent.
How it was explained to me last night by guys who've won 4 Stanley Cups and Brian Engblom and Chief, guys who have played the game forever and called the game. There is an intent in the rule. And this is bigger than that. Just in general, in the spirit of replay, we have gone to this place where if you can see a millimeter of space between a guy's cleat and home plate, you got to call him safe and change the entire World Series.
Right.
Can't do that, especially when home plate is made smooth for safety reasons. We got to get away from it, and this is where it all comes from, legalities, technicalities. We want to make everything in the rule book black and white. You can't do it. It's sports. It's human. You can't do it. Everything is going to be up to interpretation. And when it is up to interpretation, we have to err on the side of the players and the game, not who's right in terms of technicalities by some nerds watching frame by frame. That is not what replay was meant to do. It was meant to overturn the egregiously wrong calls. And we keep forgetting this. If you got to look at it for more than 30 seconds, move the F on. Jesus.
It's not where we are.
I'm so tired of this. Oh, did the ball touch the blade of grass? It moved just a little bit. And then on some other plays, it moved, but we like the outcome of this play, so we're going to keep the touchdown. It's infected every part of sports. And now when there's so much gambling and we're having NBA players and coaches arrested in the middle of the season, Major League Baseball players are clearly spiking pitches to favor bets. And then we're going to suddenly create more institutions that make us question it more. Why do we have clearinghouses? Why is there a Toronto, nameless, faceless organization. Words I've been saying for quite some time, by the way. These nameless, faceless entities, it's New York making the call. I don't want that. I want a name. I want a person. I want somebody held accountable. I want some ass when you make bad decisions. Because when there's no accountability, people do what they want. See Minnesota. See the entire federal government. It's just ridiculous. There's no accountability to New York or Toronto. And here's the thing. It's entertainment. You're supposed to be entertaining the fans. What fan that went to that game last night does not feel horribly cheated? Like, it's not even happening in the arena that you're in. It's some dude in Toronto that just changed the whole freaking game and could affect contracts, playoff positions, everything. The Lightning lost a point last night. And what if they lose a playoff bid by a point? I mean, you could say, well, we shouldn't have been in that position. And I'm tired of hearing that crap. I'm tired of hearing that. I know it's coach speak, but it's just pervasive all throughout sports. And I'm so freaking tired of it. We've got to err on the side. These officials and the rules, they think they're a huge part of the game. You're not. You need to be in the background. The only thing you need to be doing is making sure that there's a level playing field for the most part. And when there are fouls that aren't germane to the play, let them go. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of seeing game after game after game decided by these officials. And these call-in things, these you look at the ACC football, the only thing they've ever done right. And they got this from the XFL, right? Where you're completely transparent about replays. It's easy to do. There's no problem. What? And here's the thing. If it's so easy for the ACC to do it, and it's technology-wise, it's easy for the NFL, the NHL, all of these replay situations, you can open the mics and show everybody what's going on. But you don't. You choose not to. Why? Why do you choose not to? Because idiots like me will come out and say, well, it's a conspiracy theory. Clearly, they're hiding something. Yeah, that's what you do. You want to complain about me talking about conspiracies? Well, then make it transparent. Then I have nothing to talk about. We'll hear the whole conversation. And what would that conversation have consisted of last night, Tim? Would it have consisted of, oh, yeah, he's clearly directing that as a hand pass and intentionally doing that? If somebody said that, looking at that video, you go, dude, you are smoking weed.
They're bad at their job.
You're bad at your job. You've had 17 Molsons and probably 7 or 8 dubs. For anyone to see that, in that vein is crazy. It's just crazy. Bananas. All right, so let's listen to John Cooper's.
Hang on. Let me address this first. So first of all, as he mentioned, this is a pandemic now. And not just the NHL, but in sports. The Stars. Absolutely. I showed the play a few weeks ago when the Stars got shafted by Toronto, and I'm using the word Toronto in quotes because we don't know any other way to describe it, right? The league office or whatever you want to say.
A nameless, faceless organization that nobody can blame, and they do that for a reason, folks.
and especially in a game where the Lightning were down early in the game, down by 3 goals, and you claw back into the game. You've got your backup goalie in goal, who played a hell of a game, by the way. And you claw back, you tie the game, and you give up a goal that you should not have given up on a rush late in the game. What was it, 2:50 left in the game?
Yeah.
When the Penguins scored that go-ahead goal.
Yeah.
It was a bad defensive play, and you know it, and it should not have happened. But then you come back, and you have an opportunity in the final minute to tie the game, to get your, as you mentioned, all-important point, right, to get your regulation point.
Yeah, and maybe 2 if you win in overtime.
And maybe 2 if you win in overtime. But for it to be just taken away with lack of any evidence just because someone said so, and that's really all we have to go on.
Yep.
Somebody said so.
Yep.
And there's no basis. There's no, we saw the video. There's no evidence.
There's no explanations.
What they're saying and what we're seeing are it's like we're watching different plays.
Right.
And that is what will ruin sports.
Right.
We had a phantom call, and I'll get into, I'm going to get into a little bit of Cowboys later because I'm being asked about it in the chat, so we'll talk about Cowboys lines later. We had a call just like that turned the game.
Yeah.
In the NFL.
It happens in every game, Tim.
And it's frustrating as a fan to watch because you never know. Like you said, make a big score, long touchdown or something. The first thing you're doing is it going to count? Is there a flag? They're going to bring this one back?
It takes all the joy out of the game.
Yeah.
Like, we're old enough to know and watch games before replay. You kids don't know what it's like.
No.
You see something happen and it's an absolute. There's no flags. It's a score.
And what's more frustrating, JP, is it more frustrating when there's no review process and you see an obviously bad call, right? And it's not called and the play goes on, whatever. That's frustrating. We lived it through our childhood into adulthood when there was no replay. Right. Or is it more frustrating when we have replay and it doesn't work?
To me, by far, the latter.
Yes.
Because you've sold your soul to replay, right? It's out of Pandora's box. Right. You sold your soul to it. There's like no going back now. But we're not using it the way it was meant to be used in the first place. When they said replays, like, yeah, but it's just going to be, if it's an egregious call, we'll overturn it. Everybody's like, okay, that's cool. That's not what this is. That is not what this is. And this is an interesting take here from Nathan, and I have said this for a long time, and I completely agree with him. He says all the leagues were threatened by Vince McMahon and the WWE. Their ratings caught the eyes of the sports leagues, and it changed sports today. Follow the money, follow the ratings. Now, like many conspiracies, you're going to sit there and say, "Oh, so all these refs are in on it, all these, all the players are in on it, but nobody's talking." No, that's not how it's done. It's done now by this anonymous, faceless clearinghouse that can control every game now. They do it in the NFL through the earpieces that are connected to where? New York. Where? Toronto.
And this is the perfect example. The refs on the ice didn't call anything.
He's looking right at it.
Yes.
Could he be any closer, Timmy?
No, not without
show it again.
Hitting him.
Show it again. And look where the ref is. Like the puck almost hit him in the head. Look, he's staring right at it. He's a yard away.
The other ain't right here. This angle shows it more.
Watch this. Like, he's staring right at it. He can clearly see that he's protecting himself. He's not making an intentional hand pass.
That's why it wasn't called on the ice.
Exactly. And so the rule is ambiguous. It all talks about, well, the call on the ice. There was no call made. So you don't even have that protection that's written in the rule. That has to be clear and overwhelming evidence. So this just, and this is the problem. When you open this box up, it's everything now is open to interpretation. Like I've heard people say, everything should be reviewable. F that. Screw that.
We'd never get a game done.
You'll never get a game done. We have to go back to the roots of why we watch sports. We watch sports to see incredible athletes do incredible things and ebbs and flows of games and great comebacks. We're not watching it to make sure the rules are precisely applied and that in no way, millimeter shape or anything was going to keep it from being a level playing field, because when you're doing, first of all, that is unattainable. Perfection is unattainable. So if you're not going to get everything right by doing it by the millimeter, then let's go back to a much bigger view of this. If it's egregious, make a call. If it's not, no. Leave it alone. Let the players decide the games, not the refs, and certainly not some faceless, nameless organization behind some non-transparent process. You're begging us to leave your game.
Yep.
And I'll fly this before we listen to Cooper just real quick, connected to college football. This committee, we've been telling you for years it's a sham. And listen, I know most of you don't want to hear about the Florida State. What happened to Florida State is going to happen to other schools and already has happened to other schools because of this, quote, committee. It's a complete scam and sham. And the people that are making the real decisions are ESPN, and they're doing it for ratings and self-interest. Has nothing to do with who's the best or who's most deserving or strength of record or schedule, all this bullshit they're talking about. They make it up as they go, and they're taking you for fools. And at some point, we don't want to be taken for fools, and we go, F you. You know what? I'm not even watch your stupid-ass sport anymore because you're ridiculous. College football. If you go play in a conference championship game and lose, you get penalized. What the stupidest thing ever. It's better not to go to the conference championship game to win the playoff.
Yep.
What a dumbass setup you have in this stupid ass committee. Like, you're taking us for morons. And at some point, people just say, you know what? I'm tired of that. I'm tired. And I'm getting there with college football, which was my favorite sport. You people have effed this up so freaking bad. And I'm tired of these officials and these non-sports people, non-athletes, non-coaches screwing up everything. mostly because of greed. Yeah, I know it's kind of a get off my lawn rant, but I'm so freaking sick of it.
Let's listen to Cooper.
Let the freaking players decide it. Here we go.
There's a couple things. Okay, did he mean to do it or was it deflected? Was there an advantage gained or not? And you could really debate whether an advantage was gained. Did Brandon Hagel direct that puck knowing exactly where it was going? No. Would you sit here today and say Brandon Hagel was maybe protecting his face from a puck hitting it or protecting some part of his body? If I threw this microphone at you right now, would you put your hand up to stop it? Hell yeah,
I like
you
to
would.
see that too, by the way.
So there's a spirit of the rule. Was that the spirit of the rule for him taking it in the face? If that, okay, let me do that. And I think that's where we get that wrong. And that's not what happened. And he didn't direct any pucks. That was a bang play. There were tons of guys around it. Turned out we got it first. A lot of the game developed after that, and then a puck went in the net. So is that a really frustrating one for me? It is. I think you read the rule book, which we did, and then you try and dissect what happened in the play, and then you take it all into consideration. It's laughable that got overturned. And but in the end it did, so can't cry over that. Bottom line is we should never put it in that situation anyway, so that's our bad that we got to that situation. But I think in the spirit of the rule, come on, that's a goal all day.
Damn right. And I'm glad Cooper went in there and defended his team and his players, and he's going to get a hefty fine for that, which is even more laughable. When we have something up in the NHL or any other league and somebody points it out, God damn it, you're going to get fined. How stupid is that?
Yeah.
Can you look any more guilty? You know, if you call out our scheme, we're going to fine you. If you support your players and the fans and wanting just a fair game to watch and a reasonable game to watch, we're going to fine you. That's a great precedent. You leagues do. It's great. Fantastic. Here's NHL Rule 79, by the way. Permits players to use an open hand to stop a bat or bat the puck, but a hand pass directing the puck to a teammate is illegal in the neutral and offensive zones and results in a stoppage of play. Key details of Rule 79. In the defensive zone, a hand pass is permitted. In the neutral and offensive zone, the hand pass stops play with the faceoff in the zone. If a player uses a hand pass to gain a territorial advantage and a teammate takes possession, play is stopped. Should I repeat that? Uses a hand pass to gain a territorial advantage. Is that what we saw? And remember, even in the convoluted application of this in replay terms, in replay it says it has to be, in very stark language, clear and overwhelming evidence. So there's overwhelming and clear evidence that he directed that puck? Hell to the no. It's much more obvious that he did not. And if there is any debate, it can't be called, and that's why it wasn't called. You want to go by the letter of the law, there's no way you can call this. By procedurally, or even by the interpretation that is in the rule book. You have to interpret intent according to the rules.
Yeah.
And if it's even debatable, it can't be called in replay. You F this up on so many levels. And it's not like it happened in the second period or first period. You changed the entire game. Everything that somebody can, people paid thousands of dollars to go to that game last night.
Now they got something to talk about.
Faceless dude in Toronto is stealing your joy, which you paid for. You paid for that joy. And you are joyless you leave. And you're pissed off. And it's just like, and you're not pissed off like, oh, our team lost. And yeah, we probably shouldn't have gone down 3-0. You're pissed off because some entity that has nothing to do with this game ruined your whole effing night. Like, I would seriously, with all the frivolous lawsuits out there, and I'm not encouraging anybody to do this, but I could see somebody suing the NHL. They go, hey, I paid like $5,000 for this box. And I'm sitting there at the end of the game, and I don't even know what just happened. Like, I don't even know. I've been following hockey there's how many years of experience in broadcasting and playing the game were on that post-game show last night? with Brian Engblom and Chief,
Yeah.
and myself to the minimum, Greg Linnelli, and we're just I don't know where this came from. Like, how is that possible? Think about that. You're trying to run a sport and a business, and when the players and coaches that have been around this forever still don't know what these replay stupid rules are, how are your fans supposed to know? We got jobs.
Or the players.
The players. Well, it is their job. But if they don't even know, how the F are we supposed to know? It's so ridiculous. And it's almost become commonplace. And people just accept it. You don't have to. You don't have to accept this bullshit. Across sports, teams go undefeated in college football in a conference. They get an injury in a quarterback, and now you're going to tell them they can't go into the playoff. Some committee, some stupid-ass freaking committee. You did everything you were asked to do historically, and you get screwed. And that program hasn't been the same since.
Coach hasn't been the same since.
That's for damn sure. And may not recover.
That may have ended his career.
Hell yeah. This stuff matters, man. It matters big time. And it's not just in hockey. It's across the board. And if we don't do something about it, sports is just going to go away. It's not going to go away. But you're losing fans. You're losing fans and your favorite and your best fans. And it's not that hard to fix, to be honest with you. It's not that hard to fix. It's just common sense, man, which we lack at every level for everything. All right. We'll move on. We'll take a break, go back to comments or go to your comments. When we come back, we're going to talk about Cowboys-Lions last night. How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah. We are brought to you by the Jeeves Law Group, JEEVES lawgroup.com. They are local, they are trusted, and they get results. If you're in an accident, you know who to call. It's the Jeeves Law Group. You get a free case evaluation, for God's sakes. A lawyer working for free? Yeah. They'll give you a free case evaluation at thejeeveslawgroup.com. Just give them a call. Go to the website. Find out all the great reviews there and what it's all about. Just go to jeeveslawgroup.com. Not attorney spokesman offices, Tampa and St. Pete. And also Genesis of Tampa. They have a great holiday sale going on right now, folks. Tons of great leases. And these cars are phenomenal. If you're in the market for a car for Christmas, you've got to go over to Genesis, do the test drive, talk to the folks over there. Very low pressure. They're not going to try to sell you something you don't need or don't want. Just try them out. Just go for a test drive and look at the value and compare to the other cars that are on the market. There is no comparison. The Genesis is top of league, no question about it. The GV70, GV80, all the beautiful cars over there. Check it out, genesisoftampa.com. Back in 3. Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined. Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com. Although it may seem tempting to go without health care insurance, the financial risk far outweighs the gain you may experience. For example, did you know if you simply broke your leg, it could cost you nearly $7,500? Put on top of that a hospital stay, you could be looking at $10,000 to $15,000. Insuring that you don't go uncovered is so important, as according to CNBC, high medical bills are the highest contributing factor to why Americans end up taking money out of their retirement savings, or worse, find themselves filing bankruptcy. So go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. Now, depending on your income, you can get plans for zero premium. Our experts will guide you through the process effortlessly. They will shop many plans and find the one that's right for you. I called and I have full health coverage through Florida Blue for zero monthly premium. It's a free call. So why go uncovered? It's a huge risk. Go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. That's 800-669-1505. Are you having legal issues with a business partner or other legal business issues? The attorneys at Walters, Levine, and DeGrave can help. Call 800-616-0384 for a free consultation. At Walters, Levine, and DeGrave, we've redefined what a law firm can be with top-tier attorneys, personal service, and 26 years of success. From business law to civil litigation, we deliver smart, client-focused solutions. Walters, Levine, and DeGrave recently won a $6.4 million jury verdict from a large real estate developer, and they can win for you too. Walters, Levine, and DeGrave. Let's solve it together. Not attorney spokesman. For a free consultation, call 800-616-0384 or go to walterslevine.com. Offices Tampa, Sarasota.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by the great folks at Riveters. If you're going to the game this weekend, yes, Nathan Elliott is having an incredible tailgate party in a Lot 12.
Always does.
All invited, but also Park at Riveters. It's a great way to do it. They have a big parking lot behind the restaurant, and down the side of the road there, you can park right there, and then you can go in and have a Bucs brunch, and they have beautiful, beautiful offerings in terms of food. But, you know, if you want to start drinking at 9 o'clock in the morning, by all means, let's get revved up. It's a big game. It's the Saints. They're in town, right? So get on over to Riveters for Bucs brunch. Also, they're doing a late night happy hour. Yeah, who dat? Who that eating that jambalaya? So get on over to Riveters. Great food, fantastic service over there. Great prices, great drinks. We love it. RivetersTampa.com is the website. Check it out.
By the way, JP,
Yes, sir.
have you heard the latest college football coaching carousel rumors regarding Penn State?
No, who's going to Penn State?
Reports are Penn State has turned their attention to Iowa State's Matt Campbell.
Interesting.
Is Rocco going to be a Nittany Lion next year?
I don't know. I don't know if I think he would follow. Well, I think actually if that happens, if he leaves, boy, it's going to be up for grabs as far as what goes on with Rocco.
Yeah,
I'll have to because when I talked with Anthony, we was talking about the USF job. It wasn't like, yeah, Rocco's coming, like he's offering himself and Rocco up as a package deal. He wouldn't do that. His son's his son. And
right.
His career. But a lot of people want to make that connection. That's not a thing. It could be if the kid wanted to. I mean, I'm not reeling it out, but it's not like he's, look at
Deion Sanders and company.
Exactly. So, but that would be interesting. And if Rocco opens up his situation for his senior year, boy, wow. I think he would get a lot of interest and a lot of money. Right? I mean, I think he's better than Carson Beck. I think he's better than Carson Beck. And he had a tough year this year because he lost all his receivers. Had a bunch of young, inexperienced receivers, and they had a lot of injuries on that team. But you look at over his career, he's been phenomenal. He can run, he can throw, he's smart. I will take him at Florida State right now, and I pay him a lot of money to come. Absolutely, 100%.
He's going into his senior year, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
John Hill just put this in here. FSU moving on from Patrick Surtain Sr. as defensive backs coach. Are you effing kidding me? Like, they're firing him? He's the best coach and recruiter we have. Like, what are you even talking about? Man, I need to know more about what's going on there. If Florida State is firing him, he should fire Florida State.
Maybe he did.
Yeah, I would think he's probably moving on.
Going to go to Denver, coach his kid.
Jimmy J. Voyager up with the super chat at $9.99. Thank you so much. Said sign JT at catcher, JT Real Muto. Trade for Joe Adell in a Brandon Lau package. Simpson can sit behind Mullins and learn if we sign Marte. Otherwise, Simpson plays at second. Yeah, we've been talking about this, Jimmy. I love it. Absolutely. On the Big O show. Chandler Simpson's natural position is second base. He's not a great outfielder. You got to have him in the lineup at the top of the lineup for the entire season. He hits righties and lefties at a 300 clip. Stolen bat. I mean, he is indispensable. To me, he is a unique talent that you cannot lose. And if you're signing Mullins at center field, it tells me you're probably going to make this type of everything's setting up for this. And because if you trade Brandon Lau, you get the $11-12 million to spend elsewhere. Now, hopefully you're trading him for a power hitting outfielder like a Joe Adell or someone like that. And you could just, swap those salaries. And then you move Chandler to second. So now you have power in the outfield. We did the whole thing. If you did it with Joe Adell, you have Simpson, Yandy, Jr., Adell, Aranda, Josh Lowe, JT Realmuto, shortstop Carson or Taylor Walls, and then Cedric Mullins now. Where do you put him in the lineup? Holy shizbang. Can you imagine having Mullins at the top? Or actually, think about this. Simpson at the top, Mullins in the 2-hole. I mean, speed.
Yeah.
At the top and power. Yandy, just move everybody down one. Holy crap. What a freaking lineup.
Behind Simpson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you bet him in the 9-hole, but I get him I want him to have as many at bats as possible. I mean, last year, Mullins hit 216. And that's not who he is. And he's a career 246 hitter. So maybe you move him down a little bit further in the lineup because you don't want, you want contact, you want action in that 2-hole. So Yandy's probably better in the 2-hole. But that gives you a lineup that is thick. I love it. It's getting excited about Rays baseball.
Good.
What could happen?
Now you just got to make friends with their PR department and we'd be good.
Yeah, we'll take care of that. All right, somebody else just sent me, Hockey Cini sent me the hand pass rule. I just read it. He said, a player shall be permitted to stop or bat a puck in the air with his open hand or push it along the ice with his hand, and the play shall not be stopped unless, in the opinion of the on-ice officials, he has directed the puck to a teammate. All right? Unless, in the opinion, so there is interpretation here. In the opinion of the on-ice officials, he had directed the puck to a teammate or has allowed his team to gain an advantage or subsequently possession and control the puck is obtained by a player of the offending team, either directly or deflected off of any player or official. Okay, so it's basically contradicting itself in the rule.
Yep.
Or has allowed his team to gain an advantage or subsequently possession and control of the puck is the first one has to be the opinion of the on-ice officials. Either directly
make a call.
Yeah. If in the opinion of the on-ice officials, the puck has deflected off a player's hand and no advantage has been gained by a team, it will not constitute a violation of the purpose of the rule. Let me read that again. If in the opinion of the on-ice officials, the puck has deflected off a player's hand and no advantage has been gained by the team, it will not constitute a violation of the purpose of the rule. So it's up for interpretation. And here's the thing. If the on-ice guy who is a freaking yard away doesn't call it, we don't need some official. And by the way, there wasn't even a clear replay. You didn't even have a zoomed in to see if it really, where it exactly hit first.
Yeah.
By the way, I sent you the actual radio call last night from Mission Phil that we should play at some point. I want to move on to some other stuff here, but let's see it. Yeah, you want to talk about Cowboys-Lions last night?
Yeah, we get into some Cowboys-Lions.
Since you're being asked about
there was some questionable officiating last night, kind of going both ways, really. There was, as TJ, our buddy TJ Reeves brings up, that hand pass call is worse than Dak not being in the end zone on the sack safety last night. I don't know if you guys watched that game. I don't have that play up. I never thought he was in the end zone. Now, it was super close because if any part of the ball is touching that end line, that imaginary end line, just like it's a touchdown, It's a safety, and they didn't have a clear angle. They never showed the pylon cam. But to me, at the angle of the shot that we had, it never looked like he was in the end zone to me. It didn't look like the ball ever hit that plane. Now, it was super close. They called it a safety on the field and then went to commercial and came back and took it off. So there's a questionable call. That would have made it 5-3, by the way. This was very early in the game. By the way, Cowboys lose last night 44-30. And several people were asking me, what happened to the Cowboys, blah, 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 whatever. I'll tell you, there's a couple of things. Everyone knows I'm not a Cowboys apologist, right? I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm not one of those idiot Cowboys fans who thinks that the sun rises and falls on Jerry Jones's house or sets on Jerry Jones's house. I'm very real. This is a team who showed a ton of improvement defensively over the past few weeks with the new acquisitions. This is a team that has been steady and consistent on offense. George Pickens has been a tremendous asset to this team. Last night, you had a culmination of several factors intersecting at one time. You had a football team who was playing their third game in 11 days on the road in hostile territory. Now, I know the Bucs and the Lions have a bit of a rivalry. I didn't know until last night that the Detroit Lions and the Detroit Lions fan base absolutely hates the Dallas Cowboys and their players, much like they're the Packers. Like, I had a buddy that was there in the press box last night, and there were people an hour before the game as the Cowboys were out warming up, throwing things on the field at the Cowboys. And I asked him, I'm like, and this was like at 3:00 this morning, and he said, he goes, dude, apparently they think they're the Packers. Like there's hatred there, and which I don't get. But anyway, so then you had George Pickens, who's been a model of consistency for the Cowboys this year and has been by far their best wide receiver. As CeeDee Lamb's been hurt, he's had some drops. CeeDee Lamb goes out of the game with an injury last night. Well, everyone's like, okay, cool, we got George to step up. George Pickens showed his Pittsburgh Steelers colors last night. He took some plays off. He half-assed the rest of the game. Did not look good. Looked like the George Pickens that I watched for 3 years in Pittsburgh, the one I did not want here in Dallas. You still had an offense that was potent. Dak, for the love of God, played his heart out. And one of the interceptions that cost the team dearly bounced right off of George Pickens' hands into a defender's arms. That's not on Dak. That's on Pickens.
That's right.
But at the same time, we had some questionable calls on our own here, JP. Because I will throw this in for Exhibit A. With a mysterious offensive pass interference on Jalen Ferguson, who's not been consistent this year at all. He's got a ton of drops.
Right.
But watch this play. As he gets called, everybody's thinking it's DPI.
Yeah.
Got him off balance.
Yeah. And I think they replay. Yeah.
Right there.
I mean, there's the wrap from Angeloni around the waist, right? Oh, they throw a flag, man. That's defensive pass interference. We're going to get the ball.
While the ball's in the air, while he's making an attempt at the ball, he's getting contacted. Yeah.
No.
Clear as day.
That was called offensive pass interference.
You got to be kidding me.
Right there.
For the arm over?
They said that he grabbed the jersey and pulled the defender past his body.
Again, this is such, like, are you kidding me? I mean, first of all, clearly Anzalone's contacting him.
Yeah.
As much as he was contacted. That is a classic no call. A classic no call.
If anything, it's a no call, right? Yeah.
If anything, it's a no call. It should be, if there's anything, if it's a call, it's DPI, clearly, because he's obstructing him while he's catching the ball.
And look at the point of the game we're at. It's 37-27. Yeah. Cowboys down 10, threatening on the goal line with 3:45 left. You get that call or the no call, whatever, because you ended up losing yardage because it's an OPI and still getting a field goal out of it. But, you don't call that. You get a third down call. You get the Cowboys score there. You're back within 3.
Like people say people say, oh, these games are hard to officiate. I think basketball is.
Yeah,
these calls are not hard.
No.
It's just like, to me, it's all about advantage. It's all about advantage. And when you're officiating a game, you should always, to me, be thinking in terms of, I want to let the play. I want to let the players decide it. Unless I see an egregious rules violation, I'm not throwing a flag. Mm-hmm. And that's clearly not egregious in any way. Nope. Either way, one way or another, it's not egregious. Let them play. You should overwhelmingly always side on the part of being invisible if you can. Like, you should grade officials. If you didn't throw a flag during the game, you probably get reprimanded. You shouldn't. You should actually get a bonus if you don't throw a flag. Now, we can see all the different plays, and if you clearly miss something, you should be reprimanded in your review or whatever.
Sure.
But too many times we're seeing officials go out of their way, like the Tristan Wirfs holding call last week.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, the guy falls flat on his face and he pushes him down. What's he supposed to do when he falls flat on his face? Move away from the guy? I mean, what do you effort? There's first of all, no advantage was gained whatsoever. The guy fell flat on his face after Tristan knocked his hands down. There's no holding. There's no grabbing of the player. Like, you have to go so far out of your way to make that call, and you can't do it. Stop it. Let him play. You are not the show. Get the F out of here. All right, let's get to the comments. Mike H says, St. Pete reversed demo plans for Al Lang after pushback and now propose a $49 million, 3-story, 36,000 square foot expansion with rooftop restaurant to retain the Rowdies and potentially host spring training. That, my friends, Mayor Welch, in all of your horrible decisions that you've ever made, and that ridiculous boondoggle that you offered the Rays, short-circuiting your entire constituency, throwing money away. Luckily, you didn't get that passed, or he ran away, as he always does. But this is a great idea. Spring training for the Rays in St. Pete, fantastic. It's great. I love outdoor baseball. Al Lang's fantastic. Make that a forever home for the Rowdies, which is a great vibe and fit down there in St. Pete. Yeah, absolutely. Slam dunk. Slam freaking dunk. And then take the Trop site, make it into a convention center and more residential and make it, put a nice, beautiful park in there. Yeah. Make tons of money instead of spending tons of money and giving it to billionaires. Great. I love that idea. John Hill says Toronto booth reviews suck. John Hill, you paid money for those tickets last night. I think you did. How do you feel about that as a fan? Like, just getting japped like you paid money. Like, it's like going to a movie, and at the end of the movie, or 20 minutes left in the movie, the projector goes off or whatever the hell they used to. I mean, you ain't getting your money back, or you have some stupid ending. I want my money back. Nathan Elliott says, hello to any degenerates or trolls. That applies to you watching. He says, I celebrate every big play that the Bucs make. Then I say, oh, shart, when there is a flag. I take the highs and the lows. I just remember when games were real, and it was so fun. Jimmy J. Voyager, another $4.99 super chat, says, are the Rays still in on Marte, Joe Adell, and Real Muto? I don't know that for sure. That's what MLB Rumors has out there. I think they're in on all those guys. Whether they get them, we'll see. John Hill does say open communication on these reviews is a must. The ACC handling must be enforced. Yeah, I mean, it's so good. It is absolutely so good watching it. And you immediately say, why don't they do this in every league? And there's a reason why they don't. They don't want transparency. They want to be able to control. The fact that there is transparency in some leagues makes the ones that don't offer transparency look even worse. Yeah, Aviation 1436 says NBA unwatchable. Yeah, for a lot of their
has been for a long time.
Yeah, NFL getting there. Every single punt there is a flag. Every single one. Yeah, which by the way, I mean, again, if there's a tug here and there and it doesn't affect the play, move on. There's no urgency or importance to the flow of the game and entertainment. You know, like how does it? And when we replay that replay I sent you from of the audio call last night from Lightning Radio, you could hear Phil and Mish talking about that. It's like, why does it take so long? If you got to look at it for 5 minutes, by definition, you don't have overwhelming evidence. Move on. Move on. Let's go play more hockey. Come on. And we're so beholden to these Toronto and New York. What if they're getting it wrong? And they are. Yeah, Nathan says, what the heck happened to Dallas? Somebody tell them they're going to beat Detroit.
I thought Dallas would win. I really did. Like I said, you had a lot of factors. And look, don't get me wrong here. Detroit had some bad calls on their end too. The Sean Hockley NFL crew, to me, is by far the worst NFL officiating crew there is.
Yeah.
And that sucks because I used to like Sean. I love his dad. But that is by far the worst officiating crew in the NFL.
Yeah, they're flag happy. They're so flag happy. We have some new viewers from Kick. New viewer here, Elmo88. Welcome. Hello. I don't even know what Kick is. I'll be honest with you.
It's like YouTube.
Thomas Casper says, stop play in a hand pass, not pull back a goal later. Yeah, if it's a hand pass, call it on the guy's right there.
Yeah.
So basically, we're saying in Toronto, you have a better view than the guy that was a yard away from the play. And you certainly didn't show me that view. You never showed me anything that you could even clearly see what was going on over there in the corner. Like, it's so bad on so many levels. Aviation 1436 says New York picks and chooses when to call down to the refs and when not to. It's all fraudulent. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to set up your system that way, then you're begging for everyone to be conspiratorial about it. You just are. And that's your fault, not mine. Michael LaRue says to overturn a call, replay must show clear, indisputable visual evidence that the original ruling was wrong. If officials aren't 100% certain, then the call should stand. Leagues have been guessing lately. 100%. I almost feel like Toronto was looking for a spot to do this because nobody even knew that there could be a challenge from Toronto under a minute. Like, few people knew that. So now they want to get it out there into the ether, so now you know it. So now they can go change calls as much as they want, just like the NFL. They're jealous. The NHL is jealous of how the NFL can control their game, so they're starting to get in the business of it. Don't do that. Aviation 1436 says they're pausing games to review bang calls. We don't watch the games for the refs. Yes. There's no attention paid to the aesthetics of the game. Simply by you standing there, 5 people standing huddled around some small screen. I mean, look at it. You look ridiculous. You look ridiculous. There's a picture of it in that one I sent you.
I need to pull
Mike H says each NFL stadium will have to install a new playing surface by the start of the 2028 season to meet standards set through lab and field testing, whether they are grass, synthetic, or a hybrid. Interesting. I think they're all tired of getting hurt at MetLife Stadium. To cut down on concussions and lower extremity injuries. Last night, CeeDee Lamb had a concussion and Lions safety had an Achilles injury. Yeah. Has there been a lot of talk about the field at AT&T that it's not good?
No, they played in Detroit last night, though, and I haven't heard anything about that field either. I mean, I haven't heard anything about that type of synthetic field that, like the Cowboys and the Lions, I think it's the same field, the same brand that they play on. I haven't heard anything negative from anybody. But clearly it's synthetic. I mean, any synthetic is going to be not as good as the natural, right? And the give of natural dirt. Yeah.
Although the Bucs field was getting a little torn up the other day. That wasn't a great field either. It's usually one of the best, but I don't know why it looked pretty torn up. Mike H also says, woke up this morning to first blanket of snow in Virginia. First time each year is always the best. 10 deer eating feed in the front yard. Oh, Mike H, can you send us a picture? I love that. I love that. When I lived up in West Chase, believe it or not, we had a conservation area behind our home. And time and again, you look outside and there's just deer out in the backyard just hanging out. It's so cool.
That is cool.
So cool. Oh, my gosh. Speaking of that, so one year, as my kids were really young, I took like an ice tray, and I made like ice in the form of a reindeer paw. So, and when the kids watched, and then I went and put them out in the backyard, like in sequence, so it looked like a reindeer had stepped in snow.
Right.
And I took a little piece of red cloth from one of the wreaths, and I stuck it in the door, like Santa's on the way out the door. His coat got caught, and there was a little piece. So the kids are opening up their presents. I'm like, Colin, what's that in the door? And he goes over there, and he's like, oh. I said, that looks, and there was a little white fur on the bottom. I cut it from one of those Santa hats. I'm like, wow, that looks like Santa's like maybe his coat got caught in the door on the way out. He's like, yeah.
I thought he was supposed to use a chimney.
Look, Dad. I said, yeah, we don't have chimneys, so they come through the French door. Of course, it's Florida. And then we walked out, and the frozen paws were on the grass. I'm like, what is that? What is that? And Shay's like, Dad, what is it? Look, I said, that looks like a reindeer paw. She's like, she picks it up. She's like, yeah, it's still cold, Dad. It's still cold.
You parents.
The lengths I will go to deceive and lie to my children.
You parents.
Yes. Those were the days. Hook, line, and sinker, baby. Hook, line, and sinker. Problem was I was so good at it that, like, in 5th grade, Cullen was still telling his friends that Santa was real.
Oh, no.
That was an unintended consequence of my brilliance.
I can only imagine.
No, his jacket was in our door. I'm like, oops. Sorry about that, son.
Good Lord.
It's kind of fake. Mr. King says, you don't have to deal with it. What are you going to do? They're private companies, not government entities. Well, I mean, if we start going to the games or start calling it out, maybe we'll get some better results. I don't know.
Doesn't seem likely, but
he's right. If they can control it, they're going to control it. But I'm going to still call it out. TJ Reeves is in this morning. Said that hand pass call is worse than IndyCarTim Hamm boy Dak not being in the end zone on the sack safety last night.
Yep.
Which is the worst call?
Oh, the OPI, because I didn't think he was in the end zone.
All right.
It was close. It was tight, but I didn't think he was. That was definitely not a call on the Jake Ferguson for either player. That was horrid.
Yeah. Agreed. Rick says, who dat man spooning with a homeless man on Bourbon Street, Tim?
Yes, it was.
Never forget that.
Rick keeps bringing that up. He brings that up all the time. I'm starting to detect a bit of jealousy from Rick.
I think so. I think he wants you to spoon him in a drunken stupor on
Not
Bourbon
for free,
Street.
Rick. This thing don't come free, okay?
You guys work that out. Keep me out of it, please. JLR says USF had the biggest signing in college football this offseason. No, I think I got to give that to LSU. As much as everyone hates Lane Kiffin, I think they got the best. They got the prize. Whether it works out, we'll see. But I think Hartline was probably the biggest surprise. I don't think anybody had him going to USF. That is a hell of a get. With all these openings.
Do you want my win total prediction for LSU for the next 3 years?
Sure.
So over the next 3 years, LSU will win a total of 15 games.
Oh, you're ridiculous. You're ridiculous.
And Lane Kiffin will get run out of town.
If you can win at Ole Miss, you can't win at LSU. Come on, dog. You're letting your hate and your emotions seep into your analysis. Did I say your analysis?
Hey, man, I drink cranberry juice every day. Your analysis is fine.
So this happened to me yesterday. I'm at Quest getting my pre-surgery.
Oh no.
Blood tap and then urine specimen too, right? So she takes my blood. Great. Really good, by the way. Didn't feel anything. She was great. Way to go, Quest. So then she goes, all right, go do your urine sample. So I go around, find the bathroom, go in there, the ignominy of the whole urine sample thing is just, it's just, anyway. So I do my business and I put in the cup thing on top and it almost splashed a little bit. I'm like, wow, that was good. So I open up the door and I'm holding my warm urine in my hand in the plastic cup. And as soon as I open the door, there's this hot blonde waiting to come in. And I'm just like sitting there with my hot urine saying, oh, hi.
Wow.
He's like, are you done? I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm done. Let me put the seat down. Sorry.
See, what you should have done, JP, is
so how'd you guys meet?
Well,
I spilled my urine sample on her.
What I did one time when I was supposed to give a urine sample, I took the little cup they give you, and I filled it up with hand soap, and then I went out there and handed it to her because it doesn't look like hand soap. And I said, I couldn't remember what I was here for. Is this the right thing? It went over pretty well.
Oh, my God. That's a good one. That is a good one. Oh, my God. Here's another one from Marty Daybor. It's a nice win for USF men's basketball last night. They still have some work to do, but we are starting to see some consistency as it relates to the team's identity. Defensive leaning, fast, and aggressive on offense. Yeah, that was a big win last night. I think they were ranked Utah, was it Utah State? Ranked 22 in the FPR or whatever the hell it is, whatever ranking system they're using now. So, yeah, there's a nice win last night by men's basketball. Brian Hutchins' team is, I think, 5-4 now. A couple of nice wins. So, well done. Well done. Exciting team to watch. Go watch them play. Mike H. says Lions have also played 3 games in 10 days. That's true. That's a lot. I don't know why.
Okay, but they haven't won all 3 either. They were coming off of a loss.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's a factor. It's a factor for both teams. I'm not making excuses. I just said there were factors that collided in on last night for the Cowboys, and that was one of them.
Oh, here's
the
something
Lions also. The Lions also haven't lost back-to-back games since like 2022. It was ridiculous, and they were coming off of a loss. So that factor worked in their favor. That's all.
So let's check the Action Network and find out where the public money was last night. Because Marty says the spread was at stake on that call. Just saying. On the Ferguson call.
Well,
what was the spread last night?
3.5.
3.5. So if they score there, it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, but there was still a lot of football left.
Okay. Was it fourth quarter?
It was fourth quarter, 3 minutes to play, but you score and you're giving the Lions back the ball.
No, but that's a spread maker. So I'm going to predict that more than 60% of the money
was on Detroit.
Was on the Cowboys. Was on the Cowboys. Yeah. Was on the Cowboys. So that
does Action Network have that data?
Yes. They will tell you where the public money was. I can look it up. In fact, let's do it. We'll take a break and we'll come back and we got a bunch of comments to get to. I see you, Chris Garrido. I see you, buddy. Author that you are. Can't wait to read your book. We will do comments when we come back, and we'll also show you, and you got to hear this. This is Phil and Mish talking about the call last night from the Bolts Audio Network. This is really good. We are brought to you by the great folks at the Gold and Diamond Source. Folks, it is the best time to get engaged at Christmas. You know why? Because all your family's there. All your family's around. So it's basically you're having an engagement party right there. So the Gold and Diamond Source has thousands of beautiful diamonds right there waiting for you to come on over and buy it. So if you're looking for a gift that says forever, and that is forever, a real diamond, find stunning engagement rings, diamond earrings, diamond bracelets, the most stylish gold fashion jewelry, and plenty of men's stuff too in their new men's section and watch department at the Gold and Diamond Source. There's something for everybody on your list, so don't settle for anything less than perfection. And it's such a great group of folks over there. When you go over there, it is a great shopping experience. First of all, it's decorated to the hilt with all the Christmas stuff. It's beautiful. And then everything's shiny and new and fun. They got the Christmas music going. Probably get a night. You could probably have a nice little drink there and whatever. Just a great shopping experience. And and hang out at the Golden Diamond Source. And by the way, 0% interest for 5 years. So you get a $5,000 diamond for just $84 a month. You know where to go. It's a great local company. Don't buy everything on Amazon. Go to the Golden Diamond Source and get something shiny and new for yourself and your lovely lady. All right. Your comments when we come back. Stay with us. It's the holiday season, so come visit the wonderland of jewelry at the Golden Diamond Source with over 25 times the inventory and selection of the average jewelry store. Guys, get your shopping done early, and if you have no idea of the trends and styles that your lady wants, that's cool. The incredible staff led by Julie and Steve Weintraub and family will offer up some great ideas with no pressure. They offer everything for the first-time jewelry buyer to the most exquisite selection of museum quality pieces. Enjoy a comfortable, relaxed atmosphere and experienced staff, geologists, jewelers, and designers for all your jewelry needs. From the luxurious jewelry boxes to their VIP customer care, there's many reasons to make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond. Keep it local this holiday season. Shop online anytime at goldendiamond.com or just come by their showroom at 3800 Overton Road and always online at goldendiamond.com. JP here for the Jeeves Law Group and my man, Scott Jeeves. If you're going to hire an attorney, do you want some guy looking for a quick settlement and a quick buck, or do you want an attorney with some chops? Scott is a board-certified civil trial lawyer and a certified circuit court mediator. Been practicing in the Tampa Bay area for over 30 years. He is a peer-reviewed AV preeminent-rated civil trial lawyer. They just don't hand out those classifications. He's been the lead class action counsel on many complex consumer protection cases and has handled hundreds of serious personal injury cases. He's dedicated his career to protecting injured victims and is committed to vigorously representing you. We're local, we're trusted, and we get results. Personal injury and personal attention. Call for a free case evaluation. That's 888-9-JEEVES. That's 888-9-JEEVES. The Jeeves Law Group. Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Are you looking for an honest AC and plumbing company? I mean, that's like trying to find a humble Saints fan, right? Well, try my friends at Third Generation AC and Plumbing Services. Been in business since 1995 here locally. And listen to what one of their customers said. Quote, the gentleman providing the service was exceptional, on time, knowledgeable, professional, and experienced. He was efficient, cleaned up behind himself, and did the work expeditiously. He not only repaired a sink, he repaired our toilet that was constantly running. We have used this company several times. They are awesome. Says it all, folks. Testimonials really say it all. Call 813-961-8024 for honest, fast service. 813-961-8024 or thirdgenerationplumbing.com. We also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Hey, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. Hey, the NBA is coming to Tampa Bay. Don't miss the Orlando Magic and the New York Knicks coming up this weekend on MOR TV this Sunday at noon. Yes, your Orlando Magic now has an official station here in the Tampa Bay market, and we love that. MOR TV, the Orlando Magic, one of the league's hottest team. You got Paulo Banchero, Franz Wagner, and on Sunday, December 7th, day that we live in infamy, Orlando travels to the Big Apple for an afternoon clash with the Knicks. And they're bringing in Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. That's going to be a good game. Knicks and Magic are a really, really good matchup. You can watch it all now on MOR TV. In fact, there's going to be lots of games coming up on the weekends, on Sundays, that will be featured on MOR TV. So check it out. The Orlando Magic and MOR TV, free over the air. Your local Orlando Magic partner can be caught on Digital 32.1 or on Spectrum and Frontier Cable Channel 12. So it's in your local package there. If you have a nice local package, that's where it is. All right. By the way, if you haven't listened to Phil Esposito and Dave Mishkin call games, it's a treat. It is an absolute treat. Obviously I'm working the game, so I don't get a chance to do it. But sometimes when they're on the road and I'm driving around, I just love listening to them. And because, Phil is just the utmost honest. You want to hear an honest guy that knows the game, who pulls absolutely no effing punches ever. Like, this is how all broadcasts should be. You have a play-by-play guy that is ridiculously emotionally involved. And Dave Mishkin. Mm-hmm. I have never heard anyone with more passion than Dave Mishkin. And it's just fantastic. And then you got Phil, who's completely unfiltered. It's absolute magic. So let's listen to them call this travesty of a situation last night.
Weren't the Esposito brothers? Didn't they found the Lightning? Like, they started the Lightning, right?
Yeah. Phil is the founder of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Yeah. Those stories are the founding stories, are the greatest ever.
I remember those days.
Masa's Kucherov, right circle, right point Radish, right circle Kucherov. Shoot, score! Kucherov! Kucherov! Top of the net and in! Wow. 4-4 with 55.4 seconds left.
Well, he shot the puck and he drilled it short side up high again, and it's right into the beautiful shot.
Doesn't look like the Penguins are challenging. They have their guys out on the ice.
Yeah, it's just a time. By the way, Cooch has had 10
Let's listen in,
shot.
Phil.
How ridiculous.
We have a situation room initiated review to see if there was a hand pass prior to the goal.
What?
Wow.
What?
This would be devastating, but
everybody's bewildered.
Crazier things happen.
Everybody.
It's not really in the spirit of the rule, a hand pass. If it bounces off, the guy's just trying to protect himself, right?
Yeah.
But
that's all I was thinking. Was that Hagel?
Yeah.
Pass? Yeah. So here's the thing. He shoots it. Hagel's there, and
I don't know where. I may have hit him in the arm.
I don't know where.
I don't know that it hit him in the glove.
You can't see.
Refs are like, I can't make that announcement. There's no way.
Look at that. Look at that.
He's protecting himself. I don't know.
Everybody's looking at screens.
Hagel says it's hitting his arm.
Hagel doesn't know. It's ridiculous on his face.
Arm, I don't know.
The coaches don't know. He's only been in the league for 14 years, coaching the Lightning. Why would he know what the hell's going on?
Toronto, I guess it is.
These guys are looking at a screen. Toronto's looking at a screen. Like the referee was literally a yard away from the play. Didn't make a call.
If it's this close. But now, let's listen in.
After reviewing the play, it was determined that there was a hand pass at 107.
Baloney.
And it slid down the ice. This is going to be an icing, but time ticks down.
He's calling it no safe. Why is he calling it safe?
Well, I guess he called it safe. Radish to Destu. Up the middle, Kucherov across the blue line left circle. Looks to cut in front, shoots, save made. The rebound is loose. It comes to Russ in the far corner, loses Destu. Shot wide right. Kucherov, time one's down. Centers it, deflected wide left. Rebound, Destu has to eat it, and this one is over.
Look at Kucherov.
A very frustrating loss for the Lightning.
Wow. Very frustrating loss. Yeah. I mean, just look at the pictures, Tim. Like, how ridiculous does it look? Like, we came to see a hockey game. The players are looking at the big screen. 20,000 fans looking up at the big screen. I was sitting down in the bowl when this happened, like on that side. So I saw the Kucherov shot, and it was everybody going bananas, right? And it's like, oh, wait a minute. And then nobody knew what was going on. There was no announcement because Paul is not being told. So you're having to guess what's happening. What are we doing? What are we doing? Three guys are huddled around this small screen. They got headsets on, talking to some dork in Toronto. Nobody has any idea what he's looking. I mean, what are we doing? These guys get paid millions of dollars to play hockey. There's millions of dollars being spent by the fans. And this is how we're deciding games?
The fact that it was initiated off-site, to me, is that's the most mind-boggling part of this.
And then they keep saying, well, the call was overturned. There was no call. What call are we overturning?
Man.
So if you're saying, well, that call was, we could go look at how much further back are we going to go? What if somebody tapped somebody on the eye with their stick?
The non-call was overturned is what was
the non-call, which was overturned but you can only look at that with a minute to play, but the goal happened at 55. This happened at 107. The rule says it's in the opinion of the on-ice official. Well, the opinion of the on-ice official was that, I mean, what are we doing? And we've come to accept this as, this is how we adjudicate games now. No, I say no. I'm done.
By the way, JP, in your infinite betting wisdom, 73% of the betting on the Cowboys last night.
Interesting. So if the Cowboys covered, the sports books take a bath. The FanDuels of the world, who are in partnership with the NFL, take a bath.
There you go.
You can't make this shit up. You can't. And so far this year, if there's more than 60% money on a team, I think the number is almost 85%. It goes the other way. That's the.
By the way, JP, on that Lightning Audio Network tweet that you sent me, where I pulled that video and everything.
Lightning Audio. Yes.
I'm looking at the comments underneath it, and there's one that says, "It's a meme of." Who's the Adams family? The mother, the wife? Natasha Adams? I can't remember what her name is. Whatever. Morticia.
The Adams family. Morticia.
Yeah, Morticia.
Yes.
Sipping a cup of coffee, and it says, "Witnessing karma." Like ... And the guy, the tweet says, "These announcers absolutely suck and beyond biased. What clowns?"
Yeah.
And then I go look, and by the way, he's at
Mosquito's a clown.
98.
Yeah.
And I go and look at his profile. Die-hard and loyal Bruins fan.
Yeah, Phil Esposito, what a clown. What does he know about hockey?
What does he know?
What does he know compared to me? What does he know about hockey?
Who looks like he was born in 1998.
A bunch of clowns, these announcers. Yeah.
Wow. Social media,
Phil's
man.
got underwear older than you, pal.
Everyone has a voice.
And a stupid
one.
Speaking
of underwear, did you see what Rick commented about your visit to Quest Health? That's maybe the comment of the day.
Oh, you have to put that up then.
Here it is.
JP at Quest Diagnostics. Sir, we'll need a urine, blood, and fecal and semen sample. JP, can I just give you my underwear? It's an old joke, but a good one, Rick. It's an oldie but goodie. Absolutely. Absolutely. Chris Garrido, our good friend, says, I don't complain about the refs, but last week against Arizona was an abomination. It's stupid. It's the calls that have nothing to do with the game.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't have called it anyway. And then when you look at the call, it's a terrible call. So not only should you not have got involved, you blew the call. It's just so bad. He says the grounding calls, no calls too. Terrible. Isn't it funny? Like with intentional grounding, we always go, "Oh, that was intentional grounding," and it takes them like 45 seconds to figure it out
or longer.
Yeah. Rick says, "Why do you think they have the refs have headphones on, JP, to talk to each other?" Nope, to listen to Vinny the Bull. I mean, New York call the penalty.
That's true.
You don't want us to think it, but you do everything to add fuel to the conspiracy fire. Yeah, Garrido says the Cowboys just need to play divisional opponents at home every week. You seem to get up for that.
Nah, it still wouldn't work, man. By the way, John Hill, I did get your photo that you sent me on the FanStream Sports Studio text line.
What photo was that?
About the Cowboys season being over.
Yeah.
It was over before they got to Detroit. It's fine.
Chris Garrido points out, didn't Mike Evans get hurt at Ford Field? Yep.
Yeah, but that wasn't turf related. That was fall related, right?
Well, he got slammed down into the turf, on his shoulder, and it broke his bone. I mean, you wonder, with that type of force going down, at what point is there's concrete under there at some point.
Yeah.
And there's padding, all that. Is it worse than a regular field, regular ground? I don't know. They always say that the research shows that there are no more injuries on the fake stuff than the real stuff. I don't know if I believe that. Call me crazy.
Yeah, I don't know that I believe that either.
Chris says Cullen and Shea just had their childhood stolen this morning. No, we've discussed this, Chris. I came clean. Many, many years ago. Dad, you're a liar. Well, there's some gray area here.
JP's like, there is a Santa Claus. It's me.
It's me. Yeah, it's true. He also said that LSU prediction was worse than the OPI call. I would agree.
Yeah, I agree with that, but still, it's still my prediction.
It's not even close. He'll take them to the college football playoff in 2 of the next 3 years at least.
He'll never sniff the playoffs in the rest of his short coaching career.
He did it at Ole Miss. You don't think he can do it at LSU?
Nope.
Why?
He's going to run that program into the ground harder than Brian Kelly did. Because he don't care. He's got his money. He's got his bag all the way to the bank.
Mike H says, is there a Big O show today? Interested to see his take on Cedric Mullins deal and the Al Lang news. Yeah, I think you'll be surprised by his take on the Cedric Mullins deal.
That's a tease.
Yes, tune in at 12. Actually, he may be in here in just a little bit. Usually comes in for the last 15. So we'll get his take there. But also watch the Big O show. We'll go into depth on all that stuff. Joel Forsland says, unfortunately, this isn't anything new for the NHL. Their goal interference reviews are always awful. It's an incompetence thing, not a conspiracy. I know a lot of people have been hiding behind incompetence when it's clear there's something going on. Joe Biden. Joel's not going to like that. So you're going to – I love you, Joel. You know that. Tristan Wirfs, Jalen McMillan, and Mike Evans are practicing today. Do you think all three of them play on Sunday? All right, I've been waiting to talk a little bit about this. So Mike Evans is practicing this week. The Bucs have gone from 4th in the league, 66.7% touchdown conversions in the red zone, to 50%, which is 25th in the league. And I would postulate a big reason of that is Mike Evans. Because when you watch the Grizzard offense in the red zone, I'm not impressed by the route combinations. We don't run a whole lot of pick plays. We did last week, and they called us for the pick when it wasn't a pick. And I mean, everybody runs pick plays. You just have to do it with some nuance. And many weeks ago, Sterling Shepard did not use nuance when he stuck his shoulder pad into the middle of the chest of the defender. That's not nuance. But what Tez did was perfect. He ran his route, and he got in the way of the defender, who actually pushed his defender into the other defender, did it perfectly. He never even hit that guy. The two guys ran into each other, and somehow that was offensive pass interference. Figure that out. So I thought Grizzard got a lot more creative last week, and, of course, the Tristan Wirfs play, very creative in the red zone, and that stuff is needed because you can't score otherwise. And having Bucky score from the 13-yard line, that's a big deal. Being able to run in the red zone is huge. That's huge, obviously. And Bucky has that. When you get him on the edge, he can find a crease and get to the end zone. So Having Bucky makes you a much better play caller in the red zone, and having Mike Evans, because Mike Evans, just by way of his presence, you've got to have a safety cheat over that can't be in the box to stop the run. That's huge in the red zone. Huge. And even if Mike is not, 80, 70%, or whatever he is, I have him playing this week because just give him a red zone goal line package. He doesn't have to do anything except stand there because they've got to cheat over for the fade just by his presence alone. But I'm sure he's healthy enough to run, have a 20-25 play package, mostly in the red zone. That's going to have a huge impact. So I think Mike plays this week. And if he can play, I would play him. I know you got the short week the next week, so you could say, well, then he'd have more time to recover. He's had plenty of time to recover. You put him on a pitch count, and his presence in the red zone alone. Remember, in New Orleans, it took us 9 plays because we kept running the same stupid play into the middle of the line instead of, spread them out. And when we spread them out, we did score. So, yeah, it gives you much more options in the red zone, obviously. And I think Mike plays this week. J-Mac, I don't think will play this week. What I'm worried about is Tristan Wirfs. Wirfs has an oblique injury. Now, I talked to him after the game last week, and he did not seem to be in any pain whatsoever, or laboring in any way with an oblique injury. Of course, he was just standing there doing an interview. He was trying to block me or anything. Not that would take a lot of effort. But yeah, I'm a little concerned about Tristan Wirfs because if he doesn't play, now we got to reshuffle the offensive line again. And that's without Cody Mauch, who I think was with us earlier in the season before we had to do the whole O-line thing. So yeah, I am very concerned about Tristan Wirfs. I know he's practicing today a little bit more, but the oblique is one of those injuries that could really hamper him the rest of the way. Do not like at all. So, as we talk about this game, obviously this is not a great Saints team, but they play always way over their head against the Buccaneers, especially here. And I tell you what, Tyler Shuck the last couple of weeks is getting better and better and better. I like the way he throws the football. When you turn on the tape, he looks the part of an NFL quarterback. He really does.
Big dude.
He's a big dude. He's got a cannon for an arm. He's fairly accurate, at least what I've seen. I've watched condensed games, and he throws a really good ball.
Well, JP, we talk about experience all the time, right?
Yeah.
Dude played 6 years, just like Jaden Daniels. He played 6 years of college football between Oregon, Texas Tech, and Louisville.
Yeah.
So, big programs.
Yeah. And he's a big cat, but he's athletic too. He can run a little bit. So if I'm Todd Bowles, and I don't need to sit here and lecture you guys about backup quarterbacks and Todd Bowles' defense.
By the way, he backed up Justin Herbert at Oregon. That's how long ago he was at Oregon.
Jesus Christ. It was like 30. But listen, we've seen these type of quarterbacks have field days against, and I think most of it is where, especially with the guys with big arms, Todd is like, I don't want to give up any cheapies, so I'm going to play soft zone. I don't care who you are. And if you're an NFL quarterback, you can eat that crap up. We saw it last year with Bo Nix. He came in here, he hadn't won a game, and he looked terrible. And we went into this soft-ass zone defense to hope, make him earn it, and wait for him to make a mistake. Well, when guys are that wide open and you're just gifting them 10 yards off the line of scrimmage every play, even guys like Bo Nix and Tyler Shuck can complete passes. My feeling is get after his ass. You blitz, your linebackers, the best thing they do is blitz. They can't cover worth a freaking lick. So you better send them on every play because they can't cover anybody. So get after his ass and stop giving up all these freebies. That's what I would like to see. Lots of blitzing this week. And hopefully Tristan can play, and I'll be interested to see. And with Bucky back week 2, I'm going to go over on all the Bucky stuff this week. Over, and more. Joel Forsman says, calls that have nothing to do with the game are the ones that use to manipulate games. They don't explain anything. Yep, that's the whole thing. Chris says, how about diehard Bruins fan calling Espo a clown? Phil played there for a decade.
Right?
He probably doesn't even know that. 1998. Come on, get out of here. Mike H wants to know what the FanStream Sports text line number is.
Yeah, I put it up on the screen here. I'll put it up again real quick.
All right. Michael LaRue says, with gambling now legal, Congress can call sports commissioners into hearings and demand greater transparency. Well, then let's go.
214-937-0569. There you go, boys.
He says they have a responsibility to protect their constituents and ensure the integrity of the games. Damn right. Damn right.
What is integrity?
Integrity, sports. What are we doing? Mike Evans was also concussed on that play in Detroit. Definitely could have been turf related. That's right. He landed.
It was a hard fall, though. I mean,
yeah, the guy landed on top of him too.
Right.
I
think that's what broke the collarbone was the guy landing on top of him.
Isn't that a foul when you land on top of somebody?
Only the quarterback.
Only the quarterback. That's right. Joel Forsland says the problem with that is they just pay off Congress members. When was the last time any corruption was actually prosecuted? Never. Never.
Yeah.
Never. That's why they have free reign to do it all. $1 billion in a state. Minnesota. $1 billion.
Insane.
I underestimated Tim Walz. He's way more
corrupt than we gave him credit
way more
for.
corrupt and aggressive than I thought. I didn't think he had any balls whatsoever, but now I'm like, damn, $1 billion? Damn, dude. Wow. That's some serious cojones to do that. That's cartel level. Well done. Well done. Chris says, this is great stuff, Peterman. Wish I could listen more. We have a podcast.
Listen whenever you want.
Listen whenever you want. He's busy losing weight, though.
I'm jealous.
Yeah. All right, we'll do one more break, and then we'll come back and finish up with everything else. Maybe some there's some big conference championship games this weekend. That mean absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I've got 5 college football locks I'm going to give you on the other side.
Yes. All right, let's lock them up. We're brought to you by the great folks at Third Generation Plumbing and American Standard Heating and Cooling. That is the dynamic duo that will solve all of your HVAC problems, whatever issues you have. That is American Standard, the most efficient, the most durable units you will find. And you don't want to cheapen out on your unit, folks. You want the best unit, and that is American Standard Heating and Cooling. And the great folks at thirdgenerationplumbing.com will put it in for you. So whether it's plumbing, AC, anything mechanical around the house, Third Generation Plumbing, great folks over there. They will show up on time, clean, well-dressed, professional, honest, all that stuff. thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Tell them JP sent you. Back in 3. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com. Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined. Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com. Although it may seem tempting to go without health care insurance, the financial risk far outweighs the gain you may experience. For example, did you know if you simply broke your leg, it could cost you nearly $7,500? Put on top of that a hospital stay, you could be looking at $10,000 to $15,000. Ensuring that you don't go uncovered is so important, as according to CNBC, high medical bills are the highest contributing factor to why Americans end up taking money out of their retirement savings, or worse, find themselves filing bankruptcy. So go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. Now, depending on your income, you can get plans for zero premium. Our experts will guide you through the process effortlessly. They will shop many plans and find the one that's right for you. I called and I have full health coverage through Florida Blue for zero monthly premium. It's a free call. So why go uncovered? It's a huge risk. Go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. That's 800-669-1505. Are you looking for an honest AC and plumbing company? I mean, that's like trying to find a humble Saints fan, right? Well, try my friends at Third Generation AC and Plumbing Services. Been in business since 1995 here locally. And listen to what one of their customers said. Quote, the gentleman providing the service was exceptional, on time, knowledgeable, professional, and experienced. He was efficient, cleaned up behind himself, and did the work expeditiously. He not only repaired a sink, he repaired our toilet that was constantly running. We have used this company several times. They are awesome. Says it all, folks. Testimonials really say it all. Call 813-961-8024 for honest, fast service. 813-961-8024 or thirdgenerationplumbing.com. We also do AC.
Let's go. Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Oh, boy. We got another bad trend in sports, and we'll talk about here in just a second. After I tell you about the great folks at Italiano Insurance. Hey, if you started a business during COVID and you have not gotten business insurance, folks, you got to have it, because if you get sued, you could lose all your personal wealth. So make sure you have business insurance. Go to italianoinsurance.com. Just give them a call, 813-877-7799. Have them shop that around for you. Also, flood insurance, homeowners insurance. Make sure that you have enough homeowners insurance, by the way. 40% of you are underinsured. And just let them save you money. They do all the work. You save all the money. Pretty simple stuff. ItalianoInsurance.com, 813-877-7799. So this is an interesting development.
Oh, no.
Timothy?
Oh, no.
Sources tell Football Scoop that Kansas State football intends not to accept a bowl invitation. Told the program held a players' vote, and the decision was no bowl game.
Yeah, saw this yesterday. Yep.
So now, and think about it for the players. Everybody's gone home. They're all home for Christmas break. You're going to stay up there, practice, and go play in some meaningless bowl game.
Yep.
But also for guys, bowl trips used to be a big deal.
Yep.
Because that was back when they weren't getting paid, and you go and you get all this great stuff, and it was okay to get
all the swag.
And then, if by chance you took your own possessions and then sold them for money, no. You get disqualified for that. The NCAA will come down hard on you.
Yep.
If you dare take that iPod that you were given, even though you have 3 of them now, and sell it. Oh, no. For gas money to get home. Oh, no. That's going to ruin college football if we do that. So now we have basically football players saying, I don't want to play. I don't play in a bowl game. I don't care.
Well, unless it's the college football playoff, does anyone care?
No.
And that's what sucks about bowl games is you used to have bowl games that were affiliated with your conferences.
Yeah.
Like the Rose Bowl, right? Man, if you played in the Big Ten or you played in the Pac-8
that was it.
Day, and you went to the Rose Bowl, there was nothing better other than winning a title, right?
Going to California, staying out there for a couple. Now, a lot of bowl trips are great. Like, if Kansas State was given an invitation to the Hawaii Bowl, would they want to go? They accept that invitation.
Go to Hawaii whenever they want now.
Now, USF, for instance, they're going to the Cure Bowl in Orlando in the Camping World Stadium. Now, Rob Higgins can sell freaking ice to an Eskimo. It's going to be a tough sell.
Yeah.
On December 17th.
Right.
Driving over to Camping World Stadium, that crap hole that is Camping World Stadium, that State Fair erector set that they have over there, in the worst part of town. Like, I don't know anything rewarding about going to Camping World Stadium. It's just awful. Terrible part of town, nothing around it. And you're going to play in a Cure Bowl against, wait for it, Old Dominion.
The band or the school?
I'd rather go see the band. Oh, we're getting an Old Dominion concert? Oh, I'm in.
I've seen them. They're very good.
Football against Old Dominion? Nah, I'm good.
I've seen Old Dominion. They're very good.
They are fantastic. So, yeah. ODU. Woo! That's an ODU game right there. That's a OD Poo game. That's what that is. The Cure Bowl. Last year, he went to the Hawaii Bowl, played 5 overtimes. We're going to the Cure Bowl. No wonder Golish left for Auburn. God's sakes. Yeah, I have to go to the Cure Bowl. I'm this close to the college football playoff, and now I'm going to the Cure Bowl. Is this what used to be known as the Pop-Tarts Bowl?
Because they still have the Pop-Tarts Bowl, right?
So they have 3 bowl games in Orlando now? They have the Pop-Tarts Bowl, the Citrus Bowl, whatever that one is, the big one, the New Year's Day one.
Cheez-It Citrus Bowl, the Pop-Tarts Bowl, and the Staff DNA Cure Bowl, all in Orlando.
Staff DNA? That sounds like something I don't want to get.
The Staph Infection Cure Bowl.
Staph Infection Cure Bowl. Hey, well, at least we're raising money to cure cancer.
Yes, breast cancer research, JP.
That's good because we
featuring teams from the American.
Spent $600 billion to eradicate cancer over the past 30 years, and cancer deaths have never been higher. But we're working on it. We're working on it
through bowl games.
Yeah, through bowl games. Boy, I'm so cynical today, aren't I? Cynical for a Friday. I should be more upbeat. Give me something to be upbeat about, please.
Okay, here, I'll give you something to be upbeat about. Look, I have 2 things. I have a graphic here for you that I'll show you what John Hill sent.
Mm-hmm.
This is it on the screen, JP. If you'll focus your attention. Pentagon, hexagon, octagon, season gone. Yes, that's older than Jerry Jones himself.
I've never seen that.
Apparently, nice. JP's never seen it. Well, you've never been a Cowboys fan, so there you go.
Nice.
And I will give you another bit of good sports news.
Oh, good.
Something momentous happened in the NBA yesterday, and it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. As LeBron James' streak of 1,297 games scoring double digits came to a close as he scored just 8 points in the Lakers win. I forgot who they
Wow.
And here's the caveat and why everyone is saying, oh, it's because he sacrificed the streak, JP, because at the buzzer, instead of taking the shot that could have won the game because they were tied 120 to 120, he passed the ball. He gets the assist on the 3-pointer that wins the game. Instead of taking the shot to possibly continue the streak.
Well, that was good. That's the way you play.
He should retire right now and never be heard from again by anybody on earth.
That's not.
I'll start watching the NBA again.
Okay. All right. He's always been a giver, though. You know that. He's a playmaker.
God.
He's not a scorer. He's a playmaker. So Dan says, learn the rules, JP, and more fans follow the Pens than Tampa Bay and Penguin fans filled their arenas. So, I'm sorry. The rule clearly states that there has to be intention.
Yeah.
And it's in the opinion of the referee who was right there and made no call. So everybody that's saying by the rules, no, you're wrong. And I was listening to TNT last night, and they said the same thing. Everybody who's ever played the game or coached the game or watched the game says you're wrong, Dan. That's not. You're the one reading the rules wrong.
Well, and it also says the rule has to be initiated by the on-ice official. not somebody 1,500 miles away watching a screen after a goal. That's the most asinine part of this, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Anyway, so Brian Hartline, by the way, will make his USF debut on Monday. A press conference, we told you this a couple days ago. Press conference is on Monday at 11 o'clock. We should be able to carry that live, don't you think, Timmy?
Sure.
How do we? We'll figure that out. They'll probably put it out on the Twitter feed or something. We'll talk about it, but I would like to carry that live if we can. And then hopefully we'll have Brian on sometime next week. So, listen, it's been a great week for the University of South Florida, and it kind of is a very teachable moment, I think, for a lot of USF fans, all of us, because I know right now everybody's up in arms about what's going on at Florida State, and there's a lot of negativity surrounding the program, and I get it, but I think a lot of the negativity needs to be you got to temper it at some point. It's like there's a way through this. A lot of teams go through these things. Alabama went through this before Nick Saban got there. Georgia went through it for many, many years. These premier programs, you go through a lull. Texas, Ohio State, you go through a lull. And and it's all about leadership, man. You got to find the right leadership, and they'll find the right coach at some point. It's the same thing with Florida. Hopefully John Summerall is the guy. Hopefully he is the guy that is the next Urban Meyer. And hopefully the next coach, who's not named Mike Norvell, will be the next Jimbo Fisher. Who knows? There's always another guy that can come do it. You just got to find him. And hopefully that one is Brian Hartline and all, but look, when you brought in Jeff Scott, coming from a great program, great pedigree, all that, you thought it was good. It wasn't. Skip Holtz. And I will say this about previous USF coaches is that they didn't have the resources that Brian Hartline's going to have. Not even close. They did not have the support, the financial support, the resources, pipeline, or anything that Brian Hartline's going to have that Alex Golish had. None of that. And that makes a huge difference. So you get a talented, energetic young coach with that's very relatable to the young players, is a hell of a recruiter, and now has $15-20 million to spend at NIL in the American Conference, the new stadium on the way, in a talent-rich state. That's why Brian Hartline's coming to USF, because he sees a great opportunity here to make something big happen here, and I'm here for it. I will say this: USF is going all in on tattooed coaches. I mean, Brian Hodgson, and Hartline's got a full sleeve. If I'm not mistaken. I mean, that's what we're doing now. Check. It's on the checklist. If you don't have tattoos, no, you can't coach at USF. Sorry, pal. Get out of here. I want somebody who's going to be relatable to the young kids. Everybody down to Ybor to get a tattoo. Let's go. Here we go. Thank you for putting that up with Nathan Elliott. Lot 12, everyone is invited to our F the Aints tailgate, hot jambalaya, cornbread, and many other fixings. Free, no charge. Gates open at 9:30. Just stop by and say hello. Go Bucs. F the Aints. I'm in. I'm going to try to get there, Nathan. I promise. I always say that, but I'm trying. I'm always running late on Sunday. Why is that? David Terry says, rumor has it FSU is going after Old Dominion's quarterback. What the hell is that, Tim? What the F is that? You have a Saints pennant? That looks like an oldie, too.
This is from 1977, JP.
Wow, man. I had some Dolphin pennants like that, bro. I had the Super Bowl, the 72 Super Bowl, had that pennant hanging up on my wall forever. Yeah. All right, everybody go see Nathan on Sunday, Lot 12. Yeah. Michael LaRue says, Rice, Auburn, UCF, Mississippi State, and Florida State are their 5 and 7 teams that could still receive bowl invitation. Should FSU accept or pass? Well, since our players don't play in bowl games,
they're not allowed to, right?
We opt out. Probably a bad idea. I don't know. Just leave it up to the players. If they want to go, go. If they want to play in a bowl game, then fine.
You think Norvell wants another opportunity for another L on his season, though?
I mean, I would watch it. And, and I would hope that he would play Kevin Sperry and not Tommy Castellanos. And I know Norvell has been very, they didn't get that kid any run whatsoever this year. It's another stupid thing we did. Clearly, we weren't going anywhere. You think you might be able to get the next year's quarterback ready? I don't know. Let's put Tommy in there to run on third down again. All right. That'll do it for us here on a Football Friday. Oh, you got me some locks. Where's my locks? Give me my locks.
All right, JP, here are my college football locks for you. I'll put them on the screen. And my locks always pay off. I'm just saying. I've got Indiana +4 versus Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game. I've got Georgia, Alabama take the under 47.5. Seems to keep disappearing. Texas Tech -12.5 versus BYU. That is the Big 12 title game.
You like Indiana +4, huh?
I like Indiana +4, and I like the under 40. Why are these things? Oh, they put a timer on this thing now.
Really?
Hang on. I got to take that crap off.
Screw you, StreamYard.
Freaking StreamYard. Yeah, what are you doing?
Indiana +4, huh? Wow.
There we go. Indiana +4 over Ohio State. Georgia, Alabama, the SEC title game. Take the under 47.5. The Big 12 championship game. Texas Tech -12.5. Take
That's
that.
a gimme. That's a gimme.
It's going to be a blowout.
BYU
Boise
is not
State
good.
-4.5 versus UNLV.
Dan Mullen.
And Jake Retzlaff, Tulane quarterback, plus 34 or more rushing yards versus North Texas. Book it.
Okay.
But North Texas still wins by 40.
I like all those. Oh. I'm going with especially Texas Tech. I think they're going to roll.
They are. Again, like they was 26-7 was their last meeting against BYU.
Yeah. BYU, their quarterback could not throw the ball against them at all. Could not.
Bear Bachmeier.
All right, kids, have a great weekend. The Bucs on Sunday. Let's all meet at Nathan's Lot 12 around 10:30, 11 o'clock. Get in there. And then we got Lightning Islanders tomorrow night. It's 90s night. So,
wear your flannel.
I'm gonna dress up like for 90s night.
Kurt Cobain.
Okay, let's try that. And then what else we got this weekend? And the Big O show coming up here at 12:30. So we'll talk some Cedric Mullins, all that and more coming up. Have a great weekend, everybody. Hopefully the powers that be that run these sporting conglomerates can get a clue.